So here also you can see the basic structure, muscle flow. The basic muscle flow is still there. Your collarbone is still there. Everything should be there, and top of this you modify. So that basic structural detail, like if you just add that thing, and then you start sculpting all this all this shape on it, it will make your life way easier. Okay. So how to rename layers in ZBrush? That so you can go to layer, add a layer, and there's a name option. Click on name, type whatever you want, and that's done. Then like the basic structure is basic muscle flow was missing. Just add this thing, and then top of this, like modify this. This will look nice because that like initially it was looking like this entire thing is like popping out. So it's because it's part of the spine muscle and everything is there. It just you have just have to exaggerate it, and some alien things are there. So like to modify it, but basic structure because all muscle everything is there. So make sure it's visible. And then you ask me that spider. So for that spider, what you have to do is you have to mask it out, mask the entire spider. Okay, my bad. Freehand. Then minus and make it really sharp. Mask plus invert selection and extract. Exactly. Yes. You can just create this entire thing. Like in mask, you can see the entire design. You can see the entire design, whatever you're creating, and it will be like perfect everywhere. Like, and then you can just simply create the entire thing. It will be way easier. Something like this back, some shape all there, and you have like multiple lines. Right. So it's simply create this entire mask. If you're having problem like with mask, you can paint it. That also fine. To paint it, just create a separate poly group and then extract it, and then create this and extract this thing. Because you can see in your reference, this thing have a thickness. That thickness you have to add. So for that, you have to extract it. So try to keep all those things like this part should be a separate subtool. Your tongue should be separate subtool. Plus this saliva, this thing should be a separate subtool. Your teeth, all teeth should be separate subtool. Plus this gum, it should be a separate subtool. It will become easy to control this mouth, head, and everything. And this, if it is possible, create this eye also separate subtool. All these slimy things separate subtool. Do not try to push and create everything from one subtool. How do you make straight lines? Okay, that is something you can do it. Suppose you want to create something, press like click, press shift and drag without releasing your mouse or your tablet pen. Release your shift. So it will create a straight line from wherever you have clicked and whichever direction you have moved your this thing. Without releasing your mouse or pen, release your shift. It will create that line. The perfect straight line, you can do it very easily without any error, without anything. And like whenever you pull it, it will create it, deform the entire sheet. So this is like you can do it like a perfect straight line, straight pattern design very easily. And this works with your poly paint, your brush, move everything. So like just head. So if keep this like even if you create a human, you can see like in column also have created a gum and teeth separate. If you keep it separate, so this difference between the your hard surface and this gum soft surface becomes quite easy to create. If you separate it and keep the inside part flat and this thing you can push it inside, so then you get this nice clean transition from one surface to another surface very easily. So those things also have to keep in mind, like how to ease out our work process. If I keep this gum separate, my work process will be easy. Plus, I want to add those slimy lines, so I can just simply extrude something from here and add it here line. Otherwise, with this, it will be very difficult. And if you have this entire section together, it becomes way complicated and difficult.
Sir?
Difficult to like handle. Yes.
Sir,
Hello.
when we keep it as a separate, when we keep it as a separate subtool,
Subtool.
but during T-pose, and when I pose it, how do we make it move according with that current object? Like I have horns, so it is a separate subtool. So when I need to pose it, so do I need to move it separately, those horns?
No, that's why we use a T-pose master. Na? That's why we use T-pose master. If you use transpose master, it basically combines everything, but combines everything, give you a combined mesh. Then you move it, rotate, twist, turn, and then you click on T-pose subtool. It transfer all the movement, everything from the pose thing basically transfer to your subtool. So everything remains separate. Everything remains like retain its subdivision, detailing layers, and everything. But only it get that pose. It adapted that pose very easily. So for that you have to use T pose. You don't manually if you try to pose it, you have to manually move each and every part. Clear, right? If not, I'll show you. Okay, I'll show that thing also. Okay, for that, suppose I have this character, and in this tongue is separate, teeth are separate, and body is separate, right? How to make it? So if I want, suppose I select this, and I want to move or rotate my tongue. So it rotates separately, irrespective of the body. But I suppose I want to rotate the entire head, so that my teeth, the tongue, and everything rotates together. So for that, what I'll do, Z plug T-pose mesh, click on that. It will process, you can see T-pose mesh complete, and press T-pose sub C button when finished. It shows you that reminder as well. So now you have this thing, and let's select this head, move, okay, and move this thing, gizmo, center, rotate. You can see everything is rotating together. And once I'm done, go to Z plug. This time I have to click T-pose subtool. Once I'm finished with my posing, see everything one by one changing position, and it shows the transfer of pose complete. And now everything is separate with all subdivision, all details and everything, but It you can update your post and everything very easily. Okay, this answers your problem. Okay, one and now this is right. This is what you wanted to. And overall, your model looks fine. Everything one thing whenever you create apps. So if you check a reference, even if you're in reference, you can see this line and gradually it's blend. There's a even if you have a volume here, there is a difference. So what you have to do is you should BDS standard blend separation. Just make it slightly prominent and overall this phone side I have this depth also fine, nice. And you have to add more details because this character have a lot of details on his skin surface and all those those tentacles and all those things. So it's going fine. It's going fine. So work on it and try to keep uh, like most of the things separate. It will make your life way easier. I'll open your file. So try to keep everything separate and identify all those areas because toys work differently and your actual this body thing works differently. Normal character. If I show you what toy. Let's see a second. The toys work differently. You have to break the entire shape. The tiny venom sir is it tool that I can use to make them? Yes, there is a tool you can definitely use and make them. So toy works differently. So you have this contact joint point and all these things. So they try to cover it up with the shape, with some shape or some part. So that's how it works. So don't get confused with this and create it properly. And that when I'm saying yes, you can definitely use it. Use a brush, not a tool. You can use a brush. So suppose let's take a cylinder. Okay. Polymer 3D. Right. So suppose you have this thing, and this is okay. Let's check that. Just give me a second. I'll show this thing. Then open that. So DMG move brush. So let's see. Like the tentacle kind of thing you have, like this full. It's way to see. So reduce the size. Yes, I have checked that. Dynamic this because I need more polygons and I'm to sculpt something. Label this as a head part. Then have it back. Mouse kind of thing. I'm just showing you like really quickly like how to create this. So you have to create that head, the entire body, entire thing. Then go to the snake hook. We're randomly creating something. Anyway, like something like this to create the head, body, and the tail part. Then what you have to do, Shift F and check same polygroup. Max to max, what you can do is you can just remix the entire thing. Remesh. So you have decent topology. Then select your tail part, Control W. Separate polygroup. Select your head, Control W. So try then remesh, keep group, remesh once again so that you get clean straight line multiple times. Nice clean line. Now you have this thing. Three polygroups, three separate polygroups, and you have this one solid geometry. So you can keep them separate or you can attach also, you can do that, but make sure the upper part should not have any holes and the lower part should not have any holes. Like the upper like tip part and the base should not have any holes, should be closed. And in between can have holes and everything. Select this, go to brush, create insert mesh. You can create new brush, it's done. Then go to stroke, curve mode. Now let me append a tail. Select this, reduce this thing and create this thing. So when you create this, it's right now creating everything to. Oh, there's one more thing I forgot to tell you. Like this center part should be tileable. The center part should be tileable. So basically, you can see it starts with the head and it ends with the tail. The middle body part should be tileable. So for that, what I have to do is, but there's this like thinning is happening, so it won't like tile with this properly. B and B. Like this is like supposed to be a cylinder, perfect cylinder, no shape error, nothing. Then brush, create new. I can append or I can create new. Append. Then new. Insert new. Then stroke, curve mode. Go back to shape and click on this. So it will start with this thing and end with this thing. But right now it's not welding, and right now it's not following the shape, but it's not like connected. So for that, go to brush, modifier. You can see there's an option called weld point and stretch. Go back, click it one more time. It stretches and welds together. So it will give you a nice clean shape. So your head will be same, your tail will be same, entire body will tile, so you'll get the basic structure. And then if you want to modify, you can definitely modify it. like thick, thin, or some other shape or anything. Like V and V, I want to modify something. I can do that. And suppose I want to inflate it, I can do that as well. Let's go to inflate brush. Like this, I can modify very easily. So like this, it will be basically give you a quick base model for working on your those tentacles thing. It makes your life way easier. Okay, now let's have practice time. Okay. No, that reference I remember like roughly I remember that, but yeah. Okay.
So, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can hear you.
So, if you could just see the quote in solo mode, there are some issues. I tried to unwrap it multiple times, but there are seams visible and stretching as well. So, is there any way to relax the UV?
Relax UV is not there, but we
So,
can
from
fix
the
it. Let's see.
side,
Yeah, okay,
no,
this
from
area.
if yes,
Uh,
this area.
okay, this one, right? So you have used UVs or you have used surface,
UVs,
3D surface.
noise,
Because
UVs.
pakka, because this is
Ah,
something
the
happening
layers
only
is
and
there.
only
You can
when.
see geometry.
No, no.
I have created layers.
Okay, just give me a second. Like usually, if you go to surface and click on noise, edit, there is a 3D, so you have to
I
switch
did
to
that, sir.
UV. This,
It's unwrapped. You can check it.
okay,
And on the sleeves also, from the top side, there are seams visible.
let's see, I can see here and top side. This all same thing, na? Same thing
Yes, sir.
happening. So, so let me check. Uh, UV, no, oh sorry. Oh, layers, it have layers, right?
Sir, I accidentally poly painted and I don't know how to delete that. And it has
So
been
that's fine.
done in layers.
So you can poly paint white again. So it's fine. That's not a problem.
Is there any way to delete that information, poly paint information from
Delete polypaint, like even I try to find it, I couldn't find any polypaint delete option. I just found this like you can just polypaint white back, so it like show you white instead of black.
So
So okay,
I tried yesterday, but I don't know how it works with the layers. So because every layer has that black information, so whenever I try to white it goes black again.
delete higher division. Just F. I have this one. Okay. UV. No. UV. It kind of looks unwrapped. Okay, I guess I have a Shift F, Control D, D. Right. Please,
So what is dynamic subdivision?
it's usually you use it for the thing, cloth simulation and all. So basically gives you a preview of subdivision. It gives you a preview of subdivision, so you can just use it like. But what is happening here? There's something like whenever you subdivide anything, basically gives you a smooth mesh, right? So if you just simply like divide it, why it's not working? Something wrong with the file. Place division, delete higher. Okay, cannot delete. I have to delete all the layers first. Delete all. Delete higher. No, it's not working. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Just showed me some network unstable or something. See, I have 12,000 points and I want to add that design. So I can go to, if I go to dynamic subdivision, basically it gives you a preview. In reality, you can see the active points is 12,000 only. Nothing changes. It just gives you a preview of this thing. If you apply it, it will give you 3 subdivision levels. You can delete this or keep it. So this is what happens basically in dynamic subdivision. So anyways, I need even more. And this is by default 2. I can make it 4, 5. This then apply it. It gives me 3 million polygons. So I have UV already. So let's go to surface, noise, zoom. The side is giving you problem. So make sure just go to UV, noise field, 0, click on alpha, that desktop, I guess that pattern. Okay, like some any other pattern. Let's do some pattern. Biggest noise mix, I don't want anything. 23, scale. Or negative, yeah, negative looks better. Add it and okay. There is no stretch. So that stretch is happening basically you UV somehow you when you used it, this UV option wasn't on, or if I do it in 3D, I'll show you. If I do it in 3D, it gives you the stretch. So this is what happens. You see, front and side, front and top, there is a stretch, side is clean. So whenever you use 3D, it gives you a stretch. If you use UV, there's no stretch. So, but you have to make sure your UV is perfect. So how we do it? Move it back to 12,000 lowest subdivision level, and I want, because this center, this line, I don't want it like this. So what I'll do is I'll move this to, okay, it's going to end in 10 minutes. So I'll restart it, rejoin it. This is lowest. Okay, this is like pay very good attention. This is something bit tricky, and this is something industry most of the time, like people who create high detail models or like high detail sculptors, they use this trick all the time. So because right now, if I use this, I'll get all this kind of angular shape and everything, right? So what I have to do is export, lowest division, export. Don't change your model at all. Export it, open your Maya, Max, anything. And in open this OBJ in your Maya, UV it correctly. Make sure all the scenes, do not modify, not even a single vertex. Do not modify anything. Just update the UV and save, export it back to same OBJ and import it back to ZBrush. It will automatically replace your base model. I'll show that. It's a very easy process, and it gives you like amazing, like it saves a ton of time. If you try to do it in ZBrush, it will take your like 2-3 weeks to fix it. So, and if you use this technique, you like can do it in a couple of hours very easily. Okay, open. I've exported the lowest division of model from ZBrush. Imported. So this is the step. Like you see, this is like thousands of delete. Make sure one single solid poly group. Export, make sure quad is on. Merge and group is switch off. Texture is not no need. Merge, export. Okay, what happened? Oh, sorry, that's material. So this time you can see only one single solid system. Here is a mesh. Movie. You can see this. So don't need to worry about that. I can do it like really quickly. Shoulder, this shoulder. There should be a seam. Symmetry is on. Cut it. Maybe this area. Shell. Move it. This is your entire arm. If you start, okay, now you have this coat. Select entire edge, leave this one or this one, like any one. If you want to use, cut. Now select UV inside part shell. Move it. Shell, move it. Move it. So it's already separate. Nice. Keep this in hand here. Also here. Move and merge. Move and merge. Open mistake. Sorry, I just got this, right? This one. Oh, my mistake. It should be this one. I always try to keep the scene like wherever it's less visible down there, and give the scene wherever it's like obvious you have a stitch or something like that. Select all those areas, weld it, stitch, stitch. I have this seam, this cut properly welded. Okay. Now I have to make sure there's a cut, nice cut, clean cut. Okay. This cut is also there. Inside areas are not important, but you should select my all the required parts, like outside areas. This is the most important area. Rest everything is not important because there is no pattern. Okay, I'll just move way too fast. It's stuck. Give me a second. It will start moving again. Okay, so working again. So this inside area is not required. So I'll just select it and okay. I have to move it. Okay. Select this. Maybe this model is still slightly off, not perfectly symmetry. Move it. Okay. Okay. But attached here extra. Okay, there's one part missing.